Liverpool handed Nightmare Champions League run as Trent Alexander-Arnold reunion confirmed. Liverpool have been handed a Nightmare Champions League schedule as Trent Alexander-Arnold's fiercely anticipated return has been confirmed. All eyes will be on the Premier League champions as they look improve on last season's showing in the elite European competition. Arne Slot's side surprised many as they breezed through the league phase to top the standings after 8 games. The Reds went near perfect as defeat in their final group fixture against PSV Eindhoven denied Slot's side an 100% record. With a blockbuster summer of transfer activity, Liverpool will not be going into this season's competition overlooked with the focus on whether this newly assembled side can mix it in the most competitive league in the world and challenge for European superiority. There are plenty of narratives surrounding Liverpool's Champions League draw with Alexander-Arnold set for a hostile reception at Anfield, while Cody Gakpo and Hugo Ekitike come up against their former clubs in PSV Eindhoven and Eintracht Frankfurt, respectively. Liverpool will kick off their Champions League campaign at home to Atletico Madrid on September 16th, which will mean their Carabao Cup tie against Southampton will be moved to the week commencing September 22nd. However, that European fixture will fall between their return to competitive action against Burnley after the international break and their Merseyside derby against Everton at Anfield on September 20th. Matchday 2 will see Liverpool travel to Galatasaray, but the encounter is wedged in between back-to-back trips to the capital, where the Reds face Crystal Palace, September 27th, 3 p.m. kickoff, and Chelsea, October 4th, 5:30 p.m. kickoff. Following the second international break in October, Eintracht Frankfurt will take on Liverpool days after their showdown against Manchester United on October 19th, before a trip to Brentford for their 8 p.m. kickoff. The grueling run will continue into November with their title race 6-pointer against Manchester City at the Etihad Stadium, which is scheduled for Saturday, November 8th but may move due to television scheduling, days before Alexander-Arnold comes to Anfield with Real Madrid on November 4th. Their encounter with PSV Eindhoven scheduled for November 26th will fall between clashes against fellow European hopefuls, Nottingham Forest, and strugglers West Ham United. Matchday 6 against Inter Milan will be the last for Mohamed Salah before he captains Egypt at the Africa Cup of Nations. During that period, he could miss Premier League title-defining matches against Tottenham, December 20th, Wolves, December 27th, Leeds United, December 30th, Fulham, January 3rd, Arsenal, January 7th, and Burnley, January 17th. Liverpool will be hoping to have their place in the knockout stages confirmed by Matchday 7, away to Marseille, and 8 when they close the phase at home to Karabag where they can rest some of their key players. The conclusion of the league phase will come before the visit of Newcastle United. Trent Alexander-Arnold handed new blow after Liverpool transfer as announcement made. Trent Alexander-Arnold has been left out of Thomas Tuchel's England squad for the September international break. This comes just 2 months after his transfer from Liverpool to Real Madrid was confirmed. Alexander-Arnold was embroiled in a contract renewal saga during his final season at Liverpool, who he joined at the age of 6. It ended with him joining Spanish giants Real Madrid, but instead of him leaving for free at the end of his contract, the Reds recouped around £10 million made up of a transfer fee and saved wages. This was so that he could join up with Xabi Alonso's squad early for the start of the FIFA Club World Cup. He started all 5 matches at the tournament in the United States, but has since lost his place in Real's starting 11 to Dani Carvajal. Alexander-Arnold started the La Liga curtain raiser against CA Osasuna but was later dropped for Carvajal, who was returning from an ACL injury sustained almost 1 year ago, for the following fixture versus Real Oviedo. Reports from Spain suggested Alexander-Arnold didn't display the same attacking prowess he did for Liverpool on his Spanish league debut and that Carvajal was bound to eat him up. Now, 26-year-old has been handed a new blow with the news that Tuchel has opted against calling up the former Liverpool star for his latest England squad for World Cup qualifiers against Andorra and Serbia. Alexander-Arnold is set to return to Liverpool later this season after the Champions League phase draw sent Real Madrid to Anfield for a second season in a row. It remains to be seen what sort of reception Alexander-Arnold will get on his return to Liverpool, with an emotional night in store. After 20 years at Liverpool Football Club, Now is the time for me to confirm that I will be leaving at the end of the season, he said upon his departure from the Reds. This is easily the hardest decision I've ever made in my life. I know many of you have wondered why or been frustrated that I haven't spoken about this yet, but it was always my intention to keep my full focus on the team's best interests, which was securing number 20. This club has been my whole life, my whole world for 20 years. From the academy right through until now, the support and love I have felt from everyone inside and outside of the club will stay with me forever. I will forever be in debt to you all. But I have never known anything else, and this decision is about experiencing a new challenge, taking myself out of my comfort zone, and pushing myself both professionally and personally. Mark Gahey to Liverpool enters critical 24 hours, as defender flies to complete transfer. Alexander Isak is not Liverpool's only major transfer in the works ahead of Monday's deadline. Incomings and outgoings are still on the agenda for the Reds, even at this late stage of the summer window. There is still a lot of uncertainty whether the striker will complete a lucrative move from Newcastle United, but the same might be said of Mark Gahey, who the Reds have been in talks for this month. There is possibility of signing the defender now. Otherwise, Crystal Palace face the prospect of their captain leaving for free at the end of the season. Arne Slot also needs space in his squad if he is going to add 2 more signings to Liverpool's 8 arrivals already this summer. AS Roma look to have beaten Nottingham Forest and Leeds United in the race for Kostas Tsimikas. Mark Gahey. The Athletic's David Ornstein made an appearance on TNT Sports ahead of Chelsea vs Fulham at Stamford Bridge. The reporter was asked for the latest on Gahey's potential transfer to Liverpool. My information is it's a critical 24 hours for the Mark Gahey situation, Ornstein responded. Liverpool are interested. They've held some talks with Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace have a big decision to make. Do they sell now or risk losing him for free next summer? But then they would get the sporting benefit for the year. It'll probably depend on what players they can get in over the next couple of days. I think from Mark Gahey's perspective, if the clubs reach an agreement, he will go. Mohamed Salah makes Arsenal feelings clear as he opens up on Arne Slot Liverpool transfer talks. Mohamed Salah has reiterated his claim that Arsenal should be considered favourites for the Premier League title ahead of Liverpool. The Gunners finished runners-up to the Reds last season, 10 points behind Arne Slot's side. Both teams have taken maximum points from their opening 2 games of the campaign, but despite the Reds being tipped by many to retain their crown, Salah believes that Arsenal are favourites because of the continuity Mikel Arteta has built over several seasons. He said, "That team, I have said it a few times today and also at the PFA Awards, I said they are the favourites because they have a team that has played together for 5-6 years. So they understand each other's game. And they also have a manager with the team for 5-6 years. When the team stuck together for that long, they know each other's game, so it becomes easier for them. But other teams like us and Manchester City changing a lot of players, which is sometimes tricky. But again, teams with Pep Guardiola, they are always the favourites. But of course, my opinion is this year Arsenal are number 1. In a wide-ranging interview with Sky Sports to preview Sunday's game against the Gunners at Anfield, Salah also revealed that Slot has allowed him to give his opinions on players who could improve the Liverpool squad. I think I had a conversation with him before I renewed about that, and also in the beginning of the season, but I don't tell him, "Oh boss, we need that," he said. Before I renewed, I needed to know the whole plan, but after I stayed was asking him just out of curiosity. I know my role, I know he is the manager and he needs to decide what he wants, what position. But to be fair, the thing I admired the most about him is that he gave me the space to give my opinion and to tell him what I see in the team, what can we improve. Even if I look at that now, I feel like if I went and tell him we need this guy in this position, I think he would listen a lot, and that's something I really appreciate. The forward is now in his 8th year at the club after signing a new Liverpool contract back in April. The extension brought an end to months of speculation over his Anfield future, and he admits that his role behind the scenes has changed over the years. When I came here first, I just wanted to do my job, go to the gym and focus on my craft so much, he revealed. The rest, Hendo, Jordan Henderson, needs to sort it, Millie, James Milner needs to sort it. But now you just try and see it from a different perspective. You see the players coming in disappointed to training, and I say, Come and get coffee and we speak. My role has changed and my personality has changed. Now I'm more grown up.